The Lexile Framework for Reading is a way to connect children with books and other learning materials that will help them grow as readers. Consider this. Dad takes his son Harry to buy a new pair of trainers. As the salesperson leads them to the trainers, he asks, "How old is your son?" Dad answers, "He's 12. So the salesperson points to a shelf and says, "These are our age 12 trainers." Not likely, right? We don't buy shoes based on our age, we buy them based on the size of our feet. Like shoes, books aren't one size fits all. Yet, for years, we've matched children to reading materials based on their age or year group. We need a better way to connect children with reading materials that will help them grow as readers. That's where the Lexile Framework for Reading can help. When shoe shopping, the scale used to measure Harry's foot tells you his shoe size, not his age. In the same way, the Lexile Framework determines a child's reading ability, not their age or year group. Take Daniel here. He's 9 years old. Daniel likes science fiction, so he's given books that are considered 9-year-old science fiction to read. But what if Daniel's reading ability is much higher than the average child his age? Or what if he's not quite reading at a 9-year-old's level? Like Harry's age 12 trainers, the text simply doesn't fit the child. The Lexile Framework for Reading is an educational tool that connects children with reading materials using a common measure called a lexile. It was developed after 20 years of research by US-based educational measurement company Metametrics. The value of a lexile measure has been proven time and time again and is now recognized as the most accurate way to match children with text. What makes the Lexile Framework unique and what has led to its widespread adoption is that it measures both reading ability and text difficulty on the same scale. The result is 2 lexile measures, one for the reader and one for the text. A lexile reader measure describes a child's reading ability. A lexile text measure describes the difficulty of a particular text. Both lexile measures are represented by a number followed by the letter L. The measure sits somewhere on the lexile scale, which ranges from below 200 lexile for beginning readers and text to above 1700 lexile for advanced readers and text. When used together, lexile reader measures and lexile text measures help you to connect children with books and other materials that meet and challenge their unique reading abilities. Here's how the process works. Susie takes a reading test that is linked to the Lexile Framework. When she receives her report, it also shows her lexile measure. As for the difficulty of a text, this is calculated using a proprietary lexile equation. The equation uses sentence length and word frequency to determine the lexile measure of the text, whether it be a book, a magazine article, or a single passage. When you know Susie's lexile measure, you can use it to connect her with books in her lexile range, about 50 lexile above and 100 lexile below her lexile measure. One way is to search the Lexile book database for titles within her lexile range. Susie has also told us what topics she likes to read about, so we can enter that information too. Within seconds, Susie has a list of suggested books that is completely personalized to her reading ability and interests. She can then look for those books at her local library or bookstore. All in all, it's a quick and easy process with an unbelievably powerful outcome. However, lexile measures provide more than a way to pick the right book for a child to read. They are powerful tools for improving achievement across all ages and subjects. While lexile measures are not intended to replace the valuable role of teachers and librarians, the measures do support them in connecting children with appropriate reading materials. For example, a science teacher can see how the lexile measure of a textbook compares with the lexile measure of each child in the class. Children above or below the lexile measure of the textbook can be connected with more ability-appropriate content. Tens of millions of books, articles and websites have lexile measures, and this number increases every day. Lexile measures also provide parents with a powerful tool for connecting children with reading materials at home. Unlike other test results that might simply get posted on the fridge or cause parents to have sleepless nights, Lexile measures offer a way to take action. During the summer, after school or at weekends, families can visit the library or bookstore and use Lexile measures to select reading materials that will strengthen their child's literacy skills. And because Lexile measures track progress from year to year, families can monitor growth in reading ability in the same way they mark their child's height on a wall with a pencil. Research has proven that reading is critical to every child's life chances. A disadvantaged reader is a disadvantaged learner. By reading material at their Lexile level, children strengthen important literacy skills and develop a lifelong love of reading.